All right guys, welcome to today's video. Today we're at TCS, Tailored Chassis Solutions. So today guys, we have a ton of cars in the shop. There's pretty wide variety. We got Euro, JDM, everything from some cool street cars, some rare cars to, full-on track builds. They're doing a lot of work on different cars back here, but I just want to give you guys a quick tour so you guys can check out the cars that are in this shop. But I'll give you the floor. If you could introduce yourself and kind of tell what's going on with the cars in here.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm Seamus Erskine. I own Tailored Chassis Solutions, TCS. Some people know it as TCS Racing. The car, okay. I've been in performance automotive and the high performance industry, racing, since I was like 17. I started with doing turbo Hondas.
Well, I guess that explains the Type R a little bit right here,
Yeah.
right? Type R, you don't see a lot of them. You see a lot of fake ones.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about the story of this car.
The car was originally imported, gray market, through Miami. It's a 95 pre-production, early release car. If I had to guess, like maybe 1,500 production units came out in 95. Fortunately, it was crashed really heavily. The guy that imported it, he had it for about a week and was coming home from dinner with his girlfriend and I think his buddy in the back seat. And some lady come the other way, passed out and smashed into the car, pushed the left side B-pillar in like 14 inches, ripped the quarter panel off the car, ripped the door off the car, ripped the rear left suspension off the car. So I kind of got it for a song. I ended up grafting an entire rear floor from a US car onto this car, which I didn't mind because US cars have bumper supports and crash beams and things like that. There are some bits and pieces that have been hard to source, like non-power lock, door trim bezels and things like that, but it's a driver. I have done a track day in it, about 40 minutes. Other than that, I've maybe put about 140 miles on it in 7 years.
All right, we're moving in right here. We got the Porsche.
It's a 2002 996 turbo X50 package, so slightly bigger turbos, but it's a pretty uncommon color, some weird uncommon blue that I think only came on X50s. The owner has converted it to two-wheel drive, so it's more similar to a GT2. Flashed, makes somewhere in the ballpark of 600 horsepower.
And then also, like you showed me earlier, like the interior is all completely done, right?
Oh, it's gorgeous, yeah. He's had them reupholstered to sort of match the factory interior gray. Beautiful cross stitch and
ton of carbon fiber.
GT3 shift knob. It's got a GT3 lightweight flywheel and clutch in it.
It's a good looking car.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Typically you see these in like silver or black, the turbos. But yeah, this is a pretty sweet car. This car is on a custom set of JRZs. With these wheels, I mean, it just looks like a cup car. It really is sick.
Yeah.
GT2 wing, GT2 front lip.
It sits nice.
Yeah.
It's not too low to where it's not functional, but
adult ride height.
Adult ride height. That's a good one. There you go.
It's two-wheel drive with a ton of power. So
how was that conversion done?
The way they transfer power in these cars is there's a transfer case and an output shaft to the front, and then there's a front differential and front axles. So basically what you do is you remove the front drive system and sort of insert like a stub shaft to keep the wheel bearings tight in the front, and then that's it.
Sweet.
We also converted it to GT3 master cylinder. We've got a manual bias controller and all sorts of stuff. It really is a blast to drive.
Keep moving through these.
Yeah.
So I think probably a fan favorite would be the RX-7 right here.
This car is pretty wild. It's another one of those deals where you inherit somebody else's problem. You think you're gonna buy this totally rough project and it's gonna be smooth sailing, to the finish line. This car's been through hell and back. Tons of time in a body shop. Everything was questionable. Wiring was, hot import Knights 2008 spec. It was terrible. There were a lot of problems with this car. Actually, the Hoonigan boys have done a little once over on this thing, but
that's cool.
Yeah, it was an uphill battle for sure. The car has since, you know, had a bunch of custom fabric done. It really is sorted. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. Car makes 450 wheel horsepower, pump gas car. If you know rotaries, it's a relatively stock internal motor. Street port, mild street port. It's a EFR 7670. Spool's incredibly fast. It's just a really, really good car. It's on Adaptronic, drives well, makes good torque. Made like 420 foot-pounds of torque.
So the real question is, would you buy another one of these? Would you buy one after all the?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
that's the answer I was expecting.
There's something about FDs. You know, you can't. It doesn't matter how spoiled the grapes are. You'll always buy an FD. If the price is right, you'll always buy it. Mark IV Supra, if the price is right, you'll always buy it.
Yeah.
NSX, you'll always buy it.
It's just kind of a car of an era too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is Fortunato FA510s, digressive valve, single adjustable, C28s, as you can tell. Everybody's favorite wheel.
Yeah, it looked good.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of cool little styling cues with this car. It looks the part. You know, nothing looks out of place. Ever a work in progress.
And you guys on this one are actually doing something that always happens to these cars, the subframe issues,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
So you guys, I was looking over there. I don't know if we can, is it okay if we take a look over
Yeah,
here?
yeah, absolutely.
Because I was looking over here. It's cool how you guys are actually like welding in reinforcements for the subframe. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So typically these crack, right?
They do, yeah. And contrary to popular belief, it's not necessarily if you track the car or if you have stiff bushings or, you know, kind of all the things that you hear about or read about on the forums or, you know, concerns. But we've taken absolute total street cars with stock bushings that have never been tracked a day in their life and they're cracked, you know, pretty badly.
Well, I'd imagine it's just from wear and tear. I mean, you never know what a chassis is going to in a certain place.
Right.
Or
potholes, this,
everything.
that, the third, yeah. The hard part is it's kind of a mixed bag. Like you never know how bad it's going to be. Sometimes they're so bad, like you really have to like replace sub material before putting the plates on.
In this case, though, you guys just had to. There was no cracks. Right?
There were actually. This is the first one. There were no cracks. This is a preventative maintenance. So we buy our plates from Lang Racing Products in California. I think they make the best plate system. There are holes in it for rosette welds, and you know it allows you to plug welds and things and cover more surface area, as you can see. I think that they just make the best kit. So we did this as a preventative maintenance. The car makes like 550 or 600 horsepower, something like that.
It's definitely a forced induction.
Forced induction car, yeah. It's on a ESS supercharger kit, version 2 or something like that. But this car, I expected to pull the subframe out of this thing and see
just crack
the worst cracking I've ever seen, you know, and there wasn't a single one, you know.
Well, cool. Let's keep moving on. Let's move through these a little bit.
Yeah.
I was talking a little earlier to one of the guys that works here, and he was talking about, so with this car right here, you guys are putting like full rally suspension in it or something like that, right?
Yep. So 05 STI, car was a street car forever. Used to be Java Black Pearl, which is my favorite Subaru color. It's like a black with a really vibrant gold flake. Somebody decided to paint over it with Lexus Pearl White. Not the choice I would have made, but
it makes it look like a Lexus. Like my first thing was like the old
IS300s.
Yeah, that's what it looked like for a second. I was wondering why I thought that.
Yeah,
that makes
Pearl.
sense. So yeah.
Or like a GX.
Yeah,
like a GX SUV or something like that. But this car was actually kind of a project for somebody else that kind of gave up on it, or you know, life happened and they weren't really able to continue. So then another client of ours bought it, and we're basically turning it into a full-on ARA rally car, built motor. Every single bolt in the suspension was either rusty or stuck, so they were all cut out and replaced, all new bushings, all new arms, new Rieger or Riger suspension. They're pretty big in the rally scene right now.
So what's the timeline like on a project like this?
I mean, it could be as 6 months to a year, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I figured it'd be a pretty long haul with a project like that.
Yeah. The problem is you're working with, you know, we get parts from Poland, we get parts from Austria, we get parts from Czechoslovakia, we get parts from, you know, Sweden and all sorts of places that are heavy rally places. So you're just kind of at the mercy of like sea freight, you know, however long it takes to get the stuff. But
so you guys do some type of like renting out track cars out here, right?
yeah, yep. So basically what we do, we bring the car to the track for you, you rent our car for the day, and that's it. Like,
sounds like a pretty cool thing, because I can imagine even with my E92, I'm not sure that I'd want to thrash it around the track or even ship it out somewhere. Like if you were just out here and you're like, hey, I want to go to the track real quick, it'd be a cool thing to just grab a car, and be able to go.
Those two reasons are the main reasons. I mean, we actually get a ton of guys who have E92s that rent ours because they're like, I'm not beating on my own.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how it's gonna treat the rod bearings. I don't know, you know, whatever.
Well, the last thing you want to do is break something on your own car that you've worked so hard on if it's not meant for the track. Let's check out what's over here a little bit.
Okay.
Obviously, we got a dyno.
Yep.
If they've seen the episode we did with Brian's car, Brian's E92 M3, they would see us with the dyno in action a little bit. But
it makes a ton of sense. We operate a race team as well, you know, so we have a full race effort, and having a road in your building, you know, it's much more safe. You're not putting anybody in danger. You know, you can make as much noise as you want. You can shoot as much fire as you want. You can, you know, listen to different things. You can add load on the car. You can feel if drivetrain issues, you know, rear their heads, where you wouldn't, on a lift, you wouldn't necessarily be able to hear that, oh, what's that weird clicking when I'm under load on throttle or whatever.
Yeah. So I guess some of the other cars you got in here, there's a Celica right here, right? I mean, this looks like a full-on race car. It
is.
Okay.
It started its life actually as another race car, as a rally car. And in the 90s, Eric bought it, and it kind of sat for a long time. Eric's the owner of the car. He finally got to a point where he could do something with it, and we prepped it like 3.5 years ago. It was a full-on rotisserie build. We cut the old cage out of it. We built an all-new cage. Every single wire in the car is hand-run and scratch-built. It's actually a Gen 4 swap. So Gen 4 would have been Caldina ST205 or ST215 rather, for all you Toyota nerds out there. The 3S GTE is what this motor is, the base block. And 3S GTE came in turbo Gen 2 MR2s. They came in Celicas. They came in Caldinas and RAV4s and a whole number of things. So that's more closely related to this. So basically we've got the newest version, Gen 4. Other than that, it's all completely custom. Custom turbo kit, custom manifold. It's hand built, scratch built. It's rough and dirty. The car gets used, but there's really
it looks like a race car would, because usually you open the hood and it's not clean. It's not all it's not all like pretty.
Yeah, it's a weapon for sure. But no, it's used hard. It's got it's weird combination of transmission parts. It's got parts from the amount of changes that this car has on it it's too much to list. The floor is stock, I guess. Well, actually, no. The driver's side is all cut out custom. This driver's seat is lowered and moved back. Fire system, custom center console, rally staging brake. It's on Haltech. Basically, if I can help it, most of the cars in here on a standalone are on Haltech. Those are my boys. But the car is 100% badass, custom built.
What kind of power is the thing making?
Unrestricted. If it was tuned for unrestricted, the car would make someone 430, 440 horsepower range.
I think you guys have definitely a variety of cars in here.
Yeah.
I appreciate you taking the time to kind of show us around, show us what's going on in the shop. I think it's always cool. Like every shop that me and Ryan walk into, we're like, there's a ton of different cars. You always have like, you start to notice a little theme, right? Like everyone's got their main car that's in there.
Yeah.
But it's always cool to see what's going on. It's totally different, totally different projects, and you know, a bunch of unique projects at the same time. So I really appreciate you taking the time to show us around.
Yeah,
thank you.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like this video, and then of course, subscribe and hit that notification bell to get notifications for new videos. All right, see you guys in the next one.